I don't know.
To our students as well. Tonight we're gonna have an outstanding demonstration from a pastry chef, Michael Kwan, here from the Dorchester Hotel. He's gonna show us how to make an outstanding fig tart and raspberry. Would you welcome him, please?
Uh, Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael. I'm the Executive Pastry Chef at the Dorchester, and also I'm the UK Pastry Team President, so leading the UK Pastry Team for the Pastry World Cup in 2025. And today I come to demonstration a dish. It's a fig and raspberry tart. This is in the current autumn and winter menu. And also today I bring one of my assistant, Winsome. Winsome is a ex-student from the Cordon Bleu from last year, and she working 1.5 year now with me. So she come with me to help me for tonight. Okay. So I'm going to start with the recipe. Uh, we'll start with the fiddle case in the bottom. So if you open the page, the honey butter. Yeah. So this one is a fiddle pastry. We just buy it. And the honey butter is this one. So we mix with the butter and the honey, we mix it together. So the concept is come from a black clover. So when they pull the honey and they bake it, so where the concept come from. So we brush it in a thin layer of the fiddle pastry. We brush it for 5 layers, so to create the tart case. So it's a bit different and a bit faster than puff pastry if we want to make something quick. So currently I'm the executive chef in the Dorchester. The team will look after a lot of different outlets. We have a cakes and flower shop. We have afternoon tea. We have banqueting, and also the room amenities. And we have one cafe to look after. And also we supply other products for other outlets, like a tart cases for other main kitchen. And one of the most busy outlet is a banqueting. We're doing 500 sit-down dinner. And for the festive season, we always have lunch and dinner now for the whole month. So currently we have 26 pastry chefs in the team, and also reservation for the hotel. So if you have a chance, come to the Dorchester. You will see the lobby. There's a Christmas train and a tree. They all made out of chocolate. And last time we make the big pumpkin for the whole hotel. It's made out of chocolate as well. So after we stick it with 5 layers, so the top and the bottom we still need to brush with the butter. So it's because the honey give the color. If you just butter, they don't have that nice color. So after we stick it all, then we will use a ring and cut it out. Okay. After we have the tart case, uh, we just lie it inside. It doesn't matter if they are not too perfect. We just put it inside. So in the center, we will put a small tart case. Just just keep it flat, so we can have the space to fill later. So this one is 160. So we bake around 12 to 14 minutes. So just check that depends on color. Sorry? Do I need to put? Ah, you don't need. You don't need this one. So this one will be the finished product. Yeah, some close up here. And you will see both sides, the flat in the bottom. And this part, they're not very perfect. That's what we want. So we don't need to line it very perfect. So it's quite quick. And this one is for you guys to taste later. And it's a same. We do this one for afternoon tea. Last year menu. So we do this one. It's a bit different than the normal sweet paste or puff pastry. So the texture is a bit different. It's a bit more flaky, a bit more hard, but it's different texture. So we try to bring something different. And if you do the preparation, you can keep in the airtight container like this, like your normal tart case. As soon as they dry, they can keep for a month without problem. Yeah. Sorry? Shelf life. This one I will talk a bit later, how to keep the tart crispy. So, but if you keep in the container like this, you can buy the silicone gel, so which absorb the humidity and keep it in the room temperature is okay. Mainly is the humidity make it get soggy. So as soon as they don't get soggy, you can keep like this, or put in an airtight container. Okay. And after we will do a Paul William almond butter. So the second one. So it's kind of like an almond cream, but it's very different than what you normally do. Normally you make egg, sugar, sorry, butter, sugar with egg with almond powder, and you bake it. So this one is you can pipe it, so you don't need to cook. We want the almond flavor, but we don't want the roast too much the roasted almond flavor. We want a bit more the fruity almond flavor. That's why you see in the recipe we use just almond paste. It's not the almond praline. Why we use a marzipan? Because we want this kind of raw almond flavor to work with the fig and the raspberry. Especially when fig is quite delicate flavor, but if you have too strong almond, they will overpowering the whole dish. But we want some nutty flavor to go with it. So that's why we choose this almond cream. So this one very simple. Thank you. So what I teach today, except the sorbet, is quite easy to make at home. So we don't request too much mixing bowl or the rolling machine. That's why I choose this one to show everyone. So inside we have butter. So the butter, you leave it in the room temperature, or you soft it a little bit in the, so more like a wax texture. Today is a bit cold, but it's fine. If you don't have Thermomix, it's not a problem. You can just whisk everything together. We have a pastry cream with vanilla. So I don't do the pastry cream. The recipe is on the side, so you can have a look. Just the normal classic pastry cream. So we mix the pastry cream with the butter together first, then we add the rest of things together. So we just need to mix it until smooth. So if they're not smooth, sometimes maybe the butter is too cold, so we just need to warm it up a little bit, and that's it. So we have a marzipan and a pure almond paste. So this almond paste, you see the color is, we didn't roast it, so the color is very white. That's why we want to choose this one. We don't want the roast almond. So this one, you see, the texture is very liquid, not very liquid, but a bit soft. So we will put it in the fridge to let it set a bit, and after it's ready to go, ready to use. So every time we just leave it in the room temperature, it's ready to pipe. Ah, I forgot to add one thing, the William. So William is a pear liquor. So we just give some more flavor in there. So the texture is kind of like this. So after when I set it for a few hours, so they will become, it's quite firm, the texture. So we can pipe it. Yeah. So go back to the question. Someone asked me the shelf life for the tart. So it depends on how we build up the tart. So people ask why the tart gets soggy, why the tart can last crispy longer. Most of the time it depends on how you build it up. If the tart touch with something very high water contain component, let's say like a jelly or compote or pastry cream, for sure they will get soggy very quick. So that's why we use this one to touch the base for the tart, because they are quite fatty, so they block the water transfer between from the cream to the tart. So that's why we need to put a little bit of this one so they last longer. Because like I said, this one is for banqueting, it's not for Michelin star restaurant. So we ask to get 500. So if we don't build it up properly, if we put something very liquid, by the time we build up everything, the first one is get soggy already. So we need to make sure they get crispy. So that's why you have a layer of a almond butter because it's quite fatty in there. So they keep the tart crispy as well. I think keep it. Okay, any questions so far? Then we move it. Yes. Sorry, I can't hear. Almond paste? Just normal almond. Just place it to paste. Yeah. The pastry cream recipe is on the right hand side, the third one. Give cream, cream. Yeah, still. Yeah.
I guess correction. It says pecan pastry cream. I just can't see
This
that.
one is a typo mistake. That's why they print one more paper on the side for this one. Okay.
Anybody ask a question?
Okay. Then we move it to the olive oil creamer. So inside the pan, we have milk, sugar, milk and cream, sorry. And on the side, we have sugar with pectin, egg yolk, gelatin, and olive oil. So this one is a tart. So after 12 minutes, so normally I check when I take out the small tart and after just check the bottom, are they cooked properly? And that's it. When it's warm, this one is still soft, so it's quite hard to taste. It's like crispy. So you need to wait until they fully cook because it's quite a lot of honey in there. Okay. So we heat up the milk to around 50 degrees, and we put the sugar and the pectin to cook it. And after we add the egg yolk to cook it like a normal crème glaze, and we add the olive oil. So you might ask why we choose olive oil, why we don't do a chocolate creamer, because when I think about how to build up the layer, we want all the layer have a different texture. Mainly is a fat content. So when you eat a cake, let's say if you have a compote or jelly, normally you pick up this flavor first, and after you have a, let's say a more thicker item like a chocolate creamer, and at the end you have a crunchy layer. normally. So because it's a different fat content, so your palate pick up different. So olive oil is a bit softer fat than butter. Well, in the room temperature, they're liquid. So compare with the almond, you should pick up when you eat together. You should pick up the olive oil crémeux first. Then you have the almond. Then you have the tart case at the end. That's how I think to build up the why we build up so many layers, because when you eat, you have a different structure for the taste. And olive oil and raspberry works quite well, and olive oil works quite well with the fig. So that's why we do the olive oil creamer. So it's a bit different than you normally do a chocolate creamer, because if you use a chocolate creamer, you won't get the same thing, because the chocolate creamer with the almond cream together, you will taste one thing. You won't have two things in your mouth. So that's why we have a bit lighter, fatty product inside the component. Yeah. Yeah, like when you do an entremet, why we need to make mousse, we make creamer, we need to make jelly. At the end, you eat one piece, they have different structure. Then why you have different taste? Because the water contain. So when the thing less fat inside, your palate pick up first. And when the thing have more fat, they last longer. We always get the aftertaste. So let's say you think about when you eat strawberry ice cream or strawberry sorbet. Strawberry sorbet is always give you very fresh. You eat, and the flavor is gone. Strawberry ice cream you eat, they last in your mouth longer because they got more fat. So when you have strawberry ice cream and strawberry sorbet, when you eat together, you got different tastes as well. That's why when we make the dessert, why we make so many layers for the thing. And I think that's the most difficult philosophy. People sometimes don't understand. Yeah, we want to put this, but why when you eat together, they become just one thing, because there's no different texture inside. So when you eat in your mouth, you only pick up one flavor. It's just the mixed flavor of all these condiments. Yeah. Gelatin is helping to set, and pectin, we find it a bit lasts a bit longer for the aftertaste as well, without adding too much fat, make it a bit thicker. Like some people will use santan gum, because when thing is a bit thicker, they have longer aftertaste because they last in your mouth longer, and that's the main thing why we add a little bit pectin in there. But if you without it, it's okay. So we just cook it like a normal creme glaze, and at the end we put the gelatin and the olive oil, and after let it rest overnight, then we can ready to use. Yes. So the gelatin mass I use in my kitchen is 200 bloom and 1:6 ratio. 1 part gelatin powder and 6 part water. So I don't use gelatin leaf in my kitchen. So everyone use gelatin mass because it's more easy for everyone. We don't need to count, they just scale it, and they don't need to soak individual. So they will soak become like a jelly like this, and they cut and they scale and it's ready to use. And the shelf life for this one is around 1 week in the fridge, so it's enough for the product for a commercial kitchen, because we go through very quick. Okay. And we put the olive oil and the gelatin. We mix it together and we let it rest overnight. Or if you can set it in a shallow tray, they will set a bit faster. It's around 3-4 hours. They should set and ready to use. So this one is the set product. This one is olive oil crémeux. So you see it's quite firm to pipe. So just after they set, you put it back to the bowl, use a whisk to make it smooth again, and it's ready to go. Thank you. 整 rose fix it. So after, I will do the fig garnish. Yes. Uh, I use fish gelatin because Dorchester hotel have a lot of Muslim customer, and fish gelatin is suitable for everyone. So we only use fish gelatin. Yeah. Yes. Yes. You can choose olive oil a bit more fruity, so which work well with the dessert. A good quality of olive oil is good for this dessert. Yeah. Bring a chopping board. Thank you. So this one is olive oil. I mixed with honey already. So just mix it together. And that's a fix. How long you roast it is depends on how ripe is a fix. So now it's quite late season for the fix. It's almost finished. But if you have one from last month, probably you don't even need to roast it because it's so nice to eat when you cut. It's so soft and it's so red. So you don't need to roast it. So it really depends the texture of the fix. So this one we roast it a little bit. So we cut it like a wedges. So this one is around 160 for 2-3 minutes. Uh, it really depends the texture for the fix. Sorry? If you want to change this one, pear will be quite nice. We do a version for pear, or uh, you can do the rose peach. Peach is nice. You can use all this kind of peach, apple. You can roast in this way. Yeah. But the filo case is quite nice for me, and I think it's quite easy to do, and you can fill whatever things you want to make a tart very quick at home. Okay, so we just brush one side, it's okay. Yeah. Okay, and the last recipe we do is the fig compote. So this one is in your attached paper, the last one. Figs. So we cook a little bit so the juice will release, so they will become a bit more liquid. Then we can add the sugar and the pectin. So the sugar and pectin just help it a bit thicker. And at the end, we will add the lime juice. The lime juice is help to keep the color as well and give some acidity. So you see now they become a bit more liquid. We just keep going until all the fig becomes soft. Then we just put the lime juice and blitz everything together. Yeah, yeah. We can put the sorbet because it's quite hard, so we need to wait a bit. So like I say, when we build up different components, this one is the most less fat contained, so will be the most fresher part for your dish, like the raspberry sorbet. So you should get these two first. When you eat it together, then you get your olive oil crémeux, and you get your almond cream, and you get the tart taste at the end. So until this stage, then we will add the lime juice. I don't know why, but as soon as you add the lime juice, they become more red color. Especially work for figs. But you see the color is changed, it's become more red. And now it's a bit almost finished the season, but if you take the figs from last month, they are even more red color. So we cook a bit. Yes. Yeah, if someone asks me questions. Sorry, I can't see. Who? Yeah. Sorry, I can't hear. Sorry.
She's asking what did you cook with after the fig? He added lime juice. What did you add to the
After the figs, lime juice. So I cook with the sugar and the pectin first. Then when it's soft, and we add the lime juice, because the lime juice will change the color. So you will see that much redder, much more red color. So this one is from our stock in the freezer. That's the figs we cooked last month. You see the color is very red. It's like a raspberry. So when you have the very good season of the fig, so it's quite nice the color. So this one we will just put in the Thermomix and blitz it, and it will become a puree like this.
So, chef, if you freeze the figs and then you defrost them, do you have to do anything to make it lighter?
You just put in a bowl. You mix it a bit together, because when we have a banqueting, because we are quite large, we're talking about 300 today lunch and 500 dinner, tomorrow 300 500. So sometimes we will look at the whole week or whole 2 weeks the mise en place, and try to condense the job. And if something we can freeze, we will make it in advance to freeze it. But of course we don't want to have too much stock in the freezer, so we are quite accurate for the number for the banqueting, and we just make what we need. So as soon as the banqueting finish, we don't stock it. So this one, because I know we are going for demo, so that's why they make a bit more extra for me, and they keep it when a very good season last month. So that's why the color is much redder compared to the one you see today.
If you would freeze it, how much time, like shelf life in the freezer, like would you recommend?
Ideally, it's more than half years. Ideally, if you ask me, yeah, that's. But of course, the quality, you need to make sure you wet pack it properly, yeah, because when it's -18, there's no bacteria growing, and but you need to make sure they wet pack it properly, because otherwise the ice crystal inside the product will getting bigger and bigger. So if you have an idea, when you at home you eat ice cream, you buy a Haagen-Dazs, you eat half, you close it, and after it's become a lot of ice because the ice crystal getting bigger and bigger. And this thing is not, you won't get sick for this, but it's just the texture for the product is not good, especially for the ice cream. So yeah. So yeah, after I dress should be okay. So the temperature should be okay. Chef, I need the sorry, please. Thank you.
So I know you don't make serving here. I just noticed on the method you said bring everything to maybe 4 degrees,
Yeah.
85 degrees.
Yeah.
Where the sorbet has stabilized, is that required to bring it to boil or doesn't necessary?
Okay, this one is become more technical question. So stabilizer, people or we add stabilizer, but they don't know what is stabilizer. Inside is have a lot of things. So mainly is they gellify the water or the thickener. So imagine inside the water mix, they have a lot of called active water. They're very small. When long time in the freezer, they will bring other water together with them to getting a bigger crystal. So that's why your ice cream, why oh this ice cream is so icy, because they have so much active water. So they wasn't very balanced very well. And the stabilizer, the super neutral, or stabilizer 2000, all this product, they gellify the water. So to reduce the active water inside the ice cream, so they don't make more bigger ice crystal. So that's why they make the shelf life longer. But the problem is when you add too much this stabilizer, they become like a rubber. They're so gummy. Yeah. And thank you. Uh, So here we have a water, glucose powder, sugar, super neutral, dextrose. So you warm up the water to 40 degrees, you add all the dry ingredient, you cook it to 80, and you add the puree at the end. So try to don't cook the puree, and that's it. And after rest overnight, and it's ready to go. And I give you a bit better recipe, more simple if you have a pickle jet. So 2 kilo raspberry puree, 2 kilo frozen raspberry, and 320 custard sugar. You mix it all together. You put in a pickle jet. It's very nice. But they don't have stabilizer. They get hard very fast. But it's very fresh. This recipe. So if you want a very simple, so sometimes you can't buy too many powder. So this one I think is quite good work for the restaurant. If you work in the restaurant, this one work for strawberry, raspberry, because they don't have water. They are super fresh, but it's super expensive. But the taste is, I think, is the best one. But they don't last too long. After the service, they get hard again. But if you pickle before service, during the service, they're very nice. Yes.
Sorry, my question was, if you add the stabilizer, does it mean bring it to boil again?
Yes, you need. It's like a pectin. They need to absorb the water first, and they need to cook to activate it, so they can gellify the product. So it's like similar like pectin. Uh, what is dextrose? Okay, dextrose is a type of sugar. Um, need, okay, need to explain a bit more then. Uh, so have you tried to put a alcohol inside the freezer? Let's say rum or whiskey or vodka. You never freeze it because the freezing point is not 0 degree. It's I think it's -60 or -40, something like that. That's why you can't freeze it. Or you put a strawberry jam or honey or caramel in the freezer. I don't know if someone never able to demold it because it's so much sugar. So pastry chef use these two techniques. They put alcohol or they put sugar to change the product, the freezing point. to make it below 0. So that's why ice cream in -18 they still soft. First they change the freezing point and they add the air inside when they churning it. And if you want more softer the ice cream, ideally you add more sugar because they will bring the anti-freezing power stronger, so the freezing point is lower. But the point is I don't want too sweet, but I still want they make it soft. So that's the other type of sugar. So like a dextrose, a glucose, so they are less sweet, but they still can make the ice cream softer. So that's why we use this type of product. Okay. But if anyone working in the restaurant, the one I told you, 2 kilo, 2 kilo, and 320 is very good. This recipe. And you will ask why you need a puree and a frozen raspberry, because the frozen raspberry give the fiber, they give the dry solid for the ice cream. So the ice cream have a body. That's why we cannot just all puree. So you need to puree with fruit together. Okay. So this one, the first one we pipe is almond butter. So we pipe a thin layer in the bottom. We don't want too much. And after I pipe the olive oil creamer.